The game is now so meta it knows itself.
It knows itself as a game.
If JJ recalls, that was what I was typing to him, like right at the start of last session, going, "I think they're from the future past."
No.
You mean the past future?
The past future.
The future.
The future. Or the fast.
Yeah,
The fast. The fast and the
Welcome
future.
to the future.
Say goodbye to the fast.
I'm actually really slow. Shut up.
Alright, well, we've told you before. Go
I'm
jump
bike.
in the pool. No,
I'm bike curious.
Go.
So we spent 39 minutes chin wagging.
Yes.
Are we ready to start?
I'm ready.
Right, let's go.
Okay. So are we back now? We're probably back. Nothing's
Yes.
happening.
Kind of.
No one's saying
No.
anything crazy.
No porn being put in the Discord channel.
What is Jover's favourite liquor? That is basically correct.
I knew it.
Cool. So, does
Banana
anybody
milkshake.
remember where we left off?
We
Yes.
they did the samurai
I gotta take
and
that.
James just had a fight, and we have just basically met up with them, or we're just basically about to meet up with them.
Yes.
I recall it slightly different. I remember going to the pub and going for a sleep.
Yes, we all did meet
I
up, and
remember
we
going
went
to
to
the
the pub. Yeah, so we're all at the pub basically.
Me and Jovis have just woke up and we're probably going to start drinking again.
Yeah.
Jovis will drink.
Yeah, I'll have a drink by the fire then that you're making.
It's non-stop.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that it's probably, early morning after a rest from a fight with the samurai.
Yes, the smamurai. My favourite food.
The space samurai.
Samurai.
And, yeah, so we obviously wake up at the normal time that James wakes up. His regiment has kept him in this entire time.
6 a.m. as I clunk down the hallway, Jovis goes, "Ah!"
I'm also awake. So yeah, are you guys doing anything in particular in the morning? Obviously the
I am turning the fire on, and as doing so, I'd like to look around to see if anyone else is awake.
Not that you're aware of. The people from last time aren't actually in the tavern this time.
Okay.
The alley group essentially.
Crow, can you go sit on the rafters and keep an eye out for us, please? And there'll be a nice bit of food ready for you when you're done.
No.
Good. I stroke Crow on the head.
He takes the food and then flies up to the rafters.
Crow, that was.
If any poops on you, just for a
No,
laugh.
Crow likes me. Crow would never shit on me.
What I'm gonna do is shit on you. No, yeah, and essentially he just waits up there, doing as he's told.
Crow might act like he's a bitch, but he actually really does listen. He just says he doesn't listen.
Yeah, you just hear another no from the rafters.
I sit down at the bar. Yes.
Yeah, you sit down at the bar, and you guys once again are probably the only ones awake. Even the innkeeper is asleep at this sort of time. So, is anybody doing anything in particular? Obviously, you said that you were starting the fire. Sleeping. Should I just make the time pass, or is there anything important?
Jovis, are you here? Dale. Dale.
Dale.
Dale.
I think he's gone to go check on his food.
No, you don't do that right now. You knew we're starting.
So
Okay, in that
Yeah.
case, I go into Jovis' room, pick him up, and put him next to the chair and start having a chat with him.
yeah. He kind of sleepily replies to most of the things that you're saying, not even really sure of what you're saying. And the morning starts to like slowly pass by, and it goes from like 6 o'clock to 7, and then a little bit to 8, and the bar woman comes up, and you see some of the other like patrons of the tavern start making their way in.
Cool.
Is everybody else waking up about that time, or is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh, now I remember where Benetton went. He did go back to Serena's place.
Mhm.
Hey, what will I pay for room and board? I have 3 essentially.
I know, and she's in a very good mood right now. Can I join?
No.
I need more eggs.
But yeah, do we want to cut over to Benetton then, just in Serena's
yeah.
house?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit there and have Kroros look out and wake up, basically.
Mhm.
Wake up.
Okay. Yeah. So we leave you guys with the tavern people coming in and just talking to Jovis, and it pans over to Serena's house, where we see Benetton kind of resting.
God damn it!
Fuck it now. This is a bit early.
Yeah, who was the one moaning?
Not me.
Glad we cleared that one up.
God damn it!
Dale? Yeah, he's not answering. Must be him.
I was gonna say, who's the one
Hey
with the
Dale,
packet
don't
or whatever?
answer if it was you. Oh.
But yeah. So you wake up to the smell of brewing tea, and you see her sitting in her gown next to you.
Okay, so where is her tea? Is the tea on the?
She's
Yeah.
like brewing it next to her on the bedside table.
Okay, I'd like to just just go morning, and can I have a cup of tea?
She goes, "Oh yes, of course," and starts to pour you a cup of tea.
Yay! I got tea. I want tea now. Damn it.
God damn it! And yeah, essentially, you two are just sitting in bed drinking cups of tea. She brings out the local newspaper and gives that a little read.
Ooh. Can I have a little read of the newspaper as well, please, good sir?
Yeah.
Do a strength check. Put it out of her hands.
No, I'm not to take it out of her hand. I'm just to ask. Once you're done with it, could I have a good look?
She's just like, "Oh yeah, sure." And she like kind of holds it for both of you to like read it a bit. And yeah, the bit she's on actually is about a person who seemed to have become infamous around town for stealing. And right now they're calling him Sneaky Pete.
Hang on.
Ah!
Uh,
Oh. Okay.
And yeah, like the other articles are mainly just about how you know, how the local sort of city's going, where it's, you know, oh, working is going up, blah blah blah, sort of. It's not like tabloid sort of shit, because obviously this is Victorian-esque time.
Yeah.
So it's mainly just informational things about how the town is running and
Yay!
people
No
would
such
do
thing as
with it.
tabloids. Yes.
Hey guys, did that happen to say anything about that Sneaky Pete being a boy with short black hair with 3 scars on cheek wearing shit rags?
Funny enough, there is like a sketching of him in the like
Fucking
thing.
knew it. Well, I don't know it yet, but carry on.
You never will.
Is there anything in particular you want to do when you're at Serena's, or?
Just relax for the moment, and then I'll probably get ready in the next hour and head out.
Yeah, the as the time passes, as you both read the newspaper together, the butler, the older man butler, walks into the room and takes up the tray of tea, glares at you the entire time,
I love that butler.
and he begins to walk back out again. Is Dale back yet?
I don't hear him.
Yeah. Okay
That was
then.
there.
I guess we can pan over to Ali. Ali, what did you do when you got back? Obviously, because you probably didn't rent a room. You probably stayed in the same place that you were the last time you were in the tavern,
Yeah.
which would be across one of the benches or something in there.
Yeah, me and Shiro just stayed on one of the tables in the far corner, and I was obviously nursing my head from the lovely experience of reliving all the horrible things in London.
You're
Mhm.
welcome.
Uh,
You're welcome.
And obviously, me and Shiro talked a lot about what we should do, and obviously, we've been abandoned by our group. We're in the well, I'm in the midst of denial, saying we'll probably meet up somewhere, but I know that we're probably on our own. And then we basically say, how about we stick with you guys, because so far you've been quite solid as a team and we might be able to integrate ourselves. So now I walk up to, and then I ask Shiro to walk up to Sir Lion just to, so that they can have a talk,
Mhm.
have a conversation, because they have a rapport. And I walk up to the bar and ask for a drink of water.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Just to get a
the barwoman does hand you over like a drink of water just to she notices that you look a bit like pale in the face and kind of hands you over just tap water, and
yeah.
it's just like, yeah, the nights after can normally be rough after good drinking.
Yep, very much so. I have latent faith for that. But dwarf, I don't. Do I know his name? Yes, I know his name now. What am I saying? I do know his name now.
What,
Or is
Jovis?
it Eld?
Who are you referring to?
Elden?
Eldon? What?
Yeah,
Rory.
Yeah,
Rory. Yeah.
Rory's character and the
That's all.
samurai. Yeah, Rory's character and
Yeah.
the samurai already know each other quite well.
Hmm.
But they were chatting.
Well, I think
Yeah.
Hijako probably knows you better now with what's it called?
Yeah.
Warriors in spirit sort of thing.
Oh yeah, we had a little bit of
Yeah.
a sparring match. That's a good time actually.
And he does kind of
Jackal.
he does actually walk up to you, James, and is kind of just standing there awkwardly silent.
Do I notice him?
Yeah, he's not being like
Oh, okay.
quiet or anything. He just feels comfortable just standing around with you lot, as opposed to like trying to explain his reasons.
All right then. In that case, I gesture to the seat next to me and say, "Take a seat. Help yourself."
He bows gratefully and takes a seat next to you.
That's all he's waiting for.
But yeah.
Oh, by the way, Jovis, you're sat opposite me because
Come back
you
again.
were. What? What do you mean he's gone again?
Look.
Ga BRB, sir.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Thought we were
Anyway,
losing
I just
time.
poked Jovis in the cheek and he falls on the desk.
Yeah.
Nah.
Quick, give him mutation.
Let's put him outside.
Oh,
It's not
God.
raining.
But yeah, the morning like slowly passes by. Hijako actually, tries to strike up a conversation with Eldon, something a bit more like intellectual and about the being a warrior and things, and even tries to join you in Sirloin. But obviously, some of the things that they're discussing are a bit more complicated.
Yeah, Dad.
Uh,
I'm nodding. I'm nodding and being polite, but not getting it.
Yeah, you hear like every now and then the words of like different types of weapons that you recognise, and just
Yeah,
kind
with
of
an
like,
intellect of 13, it's not all sinking in.
and time kind of passes by. Ali, is there anything like? Are you gonna check anything like whether you've lost anything or? Because
Yes, I'm going to check my person as obviously I want to make sure that I have everything. Make sure I got cloak, all my other items that I had on me beforehand.
Fair
And is it possible to realize that I am missing like one of our a signet ring that we all had, and Hijago has here. Hijago
What are you
has
trying to
one,
say?
but I'm missing mine. Huh?
You're missing yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, when our elder what was his name? Gavin? Yeah, Gavin.
Wait, who? Gavin? Are you talking about
No,
Vernon?
not Gavin. Vernon, sorry, Vernon. Obviously, when I went down, he just looked at me and then walked away. But obviously, before then, something might have happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hijako actually has his one still. It just seems that your one's gone. Obviously, you've got the small indent on the finger that you're wearing it on, from obviously where you've been wearing it for such a long time. But yeah, it was for you. It was a symbol of like the partnership between you all, sort of thing. It was also kind of an important item that you remember having some sort of importance for what Vernon needed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cryptic.
So yeah.
And
Is
and
that?
realizing that
Oh, go on.
I go over to Hijaku and quickly talk to him in obviously his native language.
Japanese, yeah.
And obviously
Which
Japanese,
is
sorry, so Japanese. And we took
speak that Japanese. Damn it.
Japanese. And obviously, we keep on going back and forth, and obviously he still has his, so he might be still a part of the group. I've been somehow ousted, even though I don't know why.
He does say it's kind of strange that they've taken your ring. Obviously, your Vernon might have seen that your ideals had changed or something had caused you to either not be valuable to him anymore, or you've gained some insight that you shouldn't have. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, just essentially, normally the reasons that you would be ousted from the group is your ideals don't match up with that of the group's. But that he does seem to think it's rather strange, considering he still kind of respects you as a person, and obviously Vernon would only do things like this for a reason. But that's pretty much most of the kind of like the backwards and forwards you get from it in the end. He wouldn't know the reasons as to why, but more of the how.
Yeah. And in frustration, I just sit down next to Hijagu and just hit my head on the table.
Yeah, and there's the thunk of your head against the table as frustration seeps in. And yeah, what do the rest of you want to do?
I'd like to walk over to Kayla and ask if she knows where Bellaten is.
Okay.
Do you know where Bellaten is? He's a member of our party, and I want to know where it is.
And I will say, I believe we last saw him at Serena's.
Serena's. Okay.
Mhm.
I leave. Here, Crow.
Crow flies down and then flies onto your shoulder. It's just like, no. Just into your ear. You walk out the door and start making your way over to Serena's.
I went the wrong way.
No.
Dale, this is silly. You knew we were doing this. You knew.
There was so much time to go make food. We were talking for half an hour.
Longer than that.
Yeah. Having a good old chinwag. Yeah, and as you leave, it kind of follows as if the camera was to follow you. God, I really need to stop saying I end up with my conversations just being ers and ums. But yeah. You reach Serena's and the familiar sight of her gates kind of are in front of you. And Benetton, it's probably like
Oh, we have life from Dale.
Back properly now.
oh
He's back.
Are you sure?
my
Yeah,
golly
I'm
gosh.
stuck in.
Jovis.
I've been sending messages like every 2 or 5 minutes to different people, but no responding.
But
Jovis, you lost yes.
You what?
yeah. So Benetton, you're in Serena's and it's probably like 9-10 o'clock. And you both of you have gotten dressed and are probably sitting in her study, which I think Sirloin would probably be able to see her in her chair from the window.
Okay.
I'd like to ask to be let in. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll ring the doorbell or knock on or just yell.
Yeah, and the old butler comes out and meets you and kind of gives you a bow. It's just like, of course.
I bow back, but not like full bow, just sort of lower my head slightly.
Yeah. He just goes, and how can I help you today, sir?
I'd like to hear. I heard Benetton was here at Serena's estate today. I'd like to see him.
You see his like nose wrinkle up in like kind of disgust when you bring up Benetton's name, and he's just like, so he's with you, is he?
Yes, he's part of my party.
Well,
Regrettably, you know.
I understand. You
I don't
have
mean
been
it, AJ. I don't mean it.
And he's just like, of course, sir. The faster you take him away, the better.
Alright, I'll have him off your hands as soon as possible.
And he lets you in and takes you inside to the waiting room. It's just like, if you sit here, he'll probably be down in a short while. I will go get him for you, sir. And he makes his way upstairs and gets into the study, where
Okie dokie.
he walks into you and Serena Benetton.
God, I hope they allow pets in here.
Well, Serena's already got her pet, so.
God damn it.
So yeah, he's just like, Sir Benetton, Sirloin is down in the waiting room waiting for you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And Serena, don't forget you have a schedule to keep. And she just says like, yes, Alfred, okay. Let's move along. And he walks out the room and obviously goes back to his duties. What do you do, Benetton? I mean,
Just like to do what I've done almost every single time and take her hand, kiss her hand, and say, I will be back later, my love.
She's just like, oh, you charmer, you. Go, quickly. Wouldn't want to leave them wanting.
Always leave them wanting, and then I just head out the room.
Okay, yeah. You make your way down into the waiting area, and
Cut that down.
Sirloin is just sitting on the. Or would you be standing? What would you do in your like military? suit?
I believe I'd just be standing there. He offered the seat, but I think I would just stand.
Yeah. You have like a little tea tray in front of you where Danielle came in and tried to leave all the ingredients for you to make the cup of tea.
I forgot about Danielle.
It's just a tea bag, just a milk poured on a tray.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And hot water poured on the floor, and then she goes, "Oh, yep, that's a tea."
Mm.
Oh God.
God, I almost eyes just spat out all my water. God. So yeah, what do you guys do then? Obviously, when you meet up, do you just kind of leave instantly, or do you have like a back and forth between like trying to figure out what
I'd like
happened?
to talk to Bettaton.
Mhm.
Bettaton,
Yes, Sirloin. How are you today?
where have you been?
Well, I went
London.
to the museum at Earl's Palace.
And
Had
like
a
we agreed,
wonderful chat with an old friend of mine.
an old friend of yours, Bettaton.
Yes,
What was his name?
Fern. Vernon.
Vernon, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
He's thinking of launching an expedition to London again. And I thought it would be wonderful if we could all go again, because we had such fun that last time.
I walk right up to Bettaton, very close this time. Bettaton, we're not going back there. You know full well what that place has and what it holds.
My connection dropped. Anyone else?
Yeah, I got
Yeah, same.
connection
So
drop.
did mine, but I
No.
didn't want to
There
stop.
we go, we're back.
Your character.
I'm just waiting for. Okay, so what did you say, James? Solo.
Yeah, so I walked up to you and got like right in your personal space, tower over you just a little bit, and say, "We're not going back there, Bettaton. You know what that place is. You know how dangerous it is."
Right, I'd just like to gesture at the door and start walking with Sirloin while saying, "Don't worry, good chap, I'll make you see that we should go there again."
Okie dokie. You are acting strange, Bettaton. Right. Okay. I walk out with him and start heading back to the pub, the Vine, the place where we usually sleep, the
Okay.
homestead with Crow.
Cromstead.
Crowstead.
Damn it. No, the editing.
We'll wait there until someone else starts something.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe Jervis will realise that I picked him up and put him by the bar and started chatting to him, then poked him in the face and he put his head on the desk.
Yes.
I told you guys whilst I was making food IRL that I would want to go down and eat food
Wait, what?
before I left.
Max, did you know that?
No.
I said I'll have something to drink and eat by the fire that you'd be making. This is before we
What?
started recording.
I don't remember anything outside of recording, that's why. My memory only consists of anything that's actually in the recording.
Okay, well,
Well,
what
in
is
that
canon is that I
Well,
picked
yeah.
you up and started talking to you because you weren't talking back.
I was alive and awake. I just wasn't listening. I was too
Yeah.
intent on my meal.
Yeah.
Can I buy a meal then in this?
Yeah.
A good hearty meal. Because that's why
I
it took
think
so
I
long.
think the bar woman probably gave you like a bowl of whatever as you're like laying there just for when you woke up.
Fuck's sake.
So yeah, you wake up to like a bowl of gruel or whatever it would have been.
Or sweet and sour chicken with rice.
Promotional
nom.
video promotional.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm eating right now.
New Ben's pot rice and
I was just saying I didn't put
Sweet.
any branding in that. It was a good chicken. Oh.
so yeah, you kind of just eat that bowl of like I wonder if that's probably what Leighton would have had for the food.
That's racist!
Accurate.
So yeah, what do you guys want to be doing then? Because obviously, James and JJ are going to be on their way to the tavern.
Who's still in the tavern, sorry?
Rory is, you are, Leighton is, Ali is, and so
Yep.
is Hijako.
Is Alden in my vicinity, like downstairs or like in bed?
That's up
I'm
to
not in
him.
the bar area.
Eh,
I'm sitting down on the table.
Please be sitting on the table and not on the chair.
Yeah, literally
Just sat on
the
the table. Ugh.
God damn it.
I can't know what's on there. Alden. May I discuss with you, because I don't know half of what's going on with those ninja people.
Ninja
But
people.
you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ninja.
That's actually how I'd imagine Jovish would say it. Just see the
Mm.
doobie and go, yeah, ninja
That was,
blokes.
yeah, those dubious ninja people things.
Well,
For another day.
well, currently I'm slamming my head against the table in frustration, so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, keep talking
Is
to
there anything
Elden.
interesting that you learned from your conversation with him? Because you said Elden. and
He
you
was
with
a
him a lot
very
sometimes.
intelligent man. But kind of weird. It felt as if he had come from the future.
Nice.
Strange
Subtle.
that you
Jovis is gonna be like,
mentioned that
"The
as the
fuck?"
first guess, but I
You
could
just
go
blown
with that.
Jovis's mind.
See,
Tiny little mind.
I just look both ways. Am I still on that pipe weed that Leighton gave me yesterday?
no, this is where in the if this was like a program or a film, Eldon turns to the camera and goes, as if they were from the future.
Then yeah, the crowd go.
I get it.
Fuck's sake. It's now a sitcom.
Yeah.
No one told me life was gonna be this way.
I had to put something down so quick then.
Fucking hell. So yeah. I guess is that all you guys were doing? Just discussing like kind of what happened with.
I wanted
the
to know
other group
Jovis'
and stuff?
reaction. He goes, "Haha, yeah, right, Odin. Good one."
Yeah, Dale. What would your reaction to that be?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Dale.
Dale.
My mind's telling me Dale, but my
But
body's telling me
Did you
Dale.
hear any of that then?
Nope.
Dale.
No, my fucking mic wire was twisted, so I untwisted it and it just DC'd completely.
Damn.
No, I just went, that's a strange conclusion to come to, but I don't see why not. And then just sip my drink.
Well, he seemed to know a lot about my sniper rifle.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had that.
The mystical object we found on our adventure.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had that. It pans over to his shoulder where this massive barrel of a gun.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, could you brandish it on the table?
Oh, but you can't even drink from it. It must be useless.
Oh.
Jovis.
So yeah, is that all you guys gonna kind of say? It's just obviously.
And when he puts the crossbow or the
Sniper rifle.
sniper rifle on the table, I look up a little bit and look at it, but that's about it, really.
Fair enough. Hijako is probably just sitting next to you, Ali, just kind of, going on it through his blade with like a whetstone or something. So you just hear this like slide of metal on stone where it's just like. See like a little kind of chip on the blade. The camera zooms in onto the chip of the blade, where obviously it kind of broke against James's armor a bit.
And I go, what happened there? And
Ah, you weren't there to see such a great battle. But just got into a. Wait. I just got into a friendly fight with Sirloin. Jesus Christ.
Slightly racist undertone.
Now quiet while I eat my rice.
I totally don't have slanted eyes. And that is a cut to go on YouTube.
It's perfectly fine. I'm
And I-
definitely not compensating for my tiny penis.
And I I say, are they? Is it worth staying with them? Are they strong?
I think they will help us with our progression through this world. It's probably
And
best to stay by them.
And I nod and I wait for obviously Sirloin, Crow, and Benton to return.
Yeah, like only a few more minutes pass, kind of, and Sirloin, Benetton, and Crow kind of come in through the door.
And then I said Jovis was so small that they couldn't fit under the door.
You tell the best joke.
Oh,
Oh dear.
well. I was just gonna say, after reflection on Alden's massive gun and all this talk of awesome weaponry, I feel like I need to update my arsenal. Just gonna walk over to Saloin, screw him, and like stare evils at everything, barge past the doorway.
God damn it.
Now I'm back. I'd like to talk to Kayla.
Yeah.
So, what actually brings you to this place?
We were hoping
My legs.
yeah, my legs, but also to.
Buddy, that's what brings me there too. Put 'em Tish.
God
also-
damn.
That was another look to the camera moment, wasn't it? She goes, my legs, looks to the camera, expects laugh.
Yep, waits for laugh and wink, and then turns straight back into roll. We were also hoping to find somebody to tell us the layout of land, where to go, where to investigate, and we were trying to find some artifacts. And we heard about London, but then after the lovely experience I had, might not be a good idea right now.
Yeah,
But
London is not a very safe place. There is a crater, so to speak, that's dark, and creatures corrupted and disformed crawl from it. We lost many a people on our last expedition there.
That we totally
Although
cared
Benetton
about.
seems a bit warped. He seems to recall events going differently than I do.
You were just imagining it.
Is that true?
I don't remember. I don't recommend going to London.
So it wasn't that bad.
it was that bad.
I have
And
the scars to prove it.
then I asked him, is it possible to be with your group and explore the lands to wherever you go and to experience the land?
I don't see why
Me
not,
and
but
Hedrick.
we will need to know what, like, what you can do. Like, can you pull your own weight? Can you fight?
Well, she could burn in.
I would say I have specialities in poisons and I can heal. Have
Healer?
focused in healing.
We don't have a healer in our party.
No, not.
And then I look over to the samurai and go, and I know you're strong.
He just kind of like blushes under his mask. And you just see him like.
Senpai noticed me.
Yeah. So kind of imagine it with the anime filter on, and he's just like, well, it's not like I like you or anything. And then in the actuality, he's just got his blank sort of gas mask on, and you just hear the. Hoi.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy to go with them.
Mhm.
Or them to come with us. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Help me, GM. Give me strength.
I remember.
What?
I bought a broadsword ages ago.
Did you?
Yeah, it's on my little app. It does 2d4 slashing. Is that like one-handed broadsword? Yeah.
It sounds like if it's 2d4. Stick you picked up.
It's a stick.
I think that
Call
was
that a
the
weapon?
wheat weapon that I bought when you were buying your chainsaw blade thing.
yeah, did you all go on a shopping trip together?
Yeah, it is at some point.
Well, we did sort of individual and did split trips.
Mm.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, here we go, broadsword. Um,
Just checking through my little stats on that. And...
it's a one-handed.
Hmm.
But it's
Oh,
like
I remember
heavy.
now. Yeah, I was googling images. So...
Hmm.
Yeah, Google. I don't need to go shopping for it then.
Woo. So yeah, so as kind of time passes by and you've kind of accepted each other's into the party, is there anything you guys want to do, or I'll just kind of make the time go by?
I think we all have like a drink to celebrate us coming together, and then time flashes by.
Wait,
Jovis hears the words
wait.
drink.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Drink!
Yeah. To make up for that slide comment that Siloam was obviously saying coming through the door, I challenge him to a drinking contest.
Oh God, okay.
But he's paying
Oh
this.
dear. Yeah, I graciously accept. And I tell you, Jovis, the loser pays for all the drinks.
Okay. I've only
Okay.
got 9 gold left. And
Shit.
Well, like the barwoman accepts this sort of exchange for Jovis, and
all my gold went on drinking.
yeah, she offers up the same as last time.
Oh, here we go. Someone I can keep score.
10 of each for
You
you.
did say you like this. Right, well, you can go first then.
Okay. I drink my first one.
Okay.
You always have
Constitution.
You always have it.
Ah!
Oh dear. Oh no.
So yeah, she tries to ready it up like the last time, and this stuff was strong the last time, and you swig it down in like a shot, and it hits you instantly, and your like vision goes blurry, and you feel nauseous.
Is that it?
Well, like you can't even like
Does he
stand
pass out?
straight. It's
Should I,
literally
should I just call it there? Saloon, are you sure you can handle it?
Yeah, Service.
if
know
you
what?
roll anything under a 10 for the next one, you take damage.
Oh.
No, I'm still angry at Saloon. I carry on.
Okay.
6, isn't it?
Yep.
This is funny. All our disputes have been settled for drink between me and you.
Oh wow, that's the lowest you've ever done.
Mm.
Oh, actually no, I think the 9 was, wasn't it? Something.
No, it was 9 plus my constitution. I thought, huh?
I thought the lowest one
Crow.
you rolled was like 9.
Rafters, crow. Look out.
Yeah,
Crow.
like you look over at Crow and like where he had like 6 eyes to begin with, he now has like 20 of them.
Crow, eyes staring at me, crow.
He pecks at your chest, and you hear the dinking of your armor. So it's like ding, ding,
Crow.
ding.
Oh, God, no. Way better. Oh, bloody hell.
Drink.
Yeah, like even though you're still like drunk, you just like down another shot as you get that sort of drunken sort of readiness to go again.
Fuck's sake.
Will someone keep score?
Ah!
Oh my God.
You plebs.
Jovis, you just down like 4 of them in a go. So wait, it was
So I go do another 4.
no.
Oh,
like-
good job, Rory.
oh, there we go. Yeah.
This is great.
So you have to do 4 in a go. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You take 1 damage.
Have I passed out yet?
I was gonna say,
No.
what constitutes a passing out? Because we both got. He's got at least a +3, so even if he rolls a 1, oh, let's see.
Well, no, like he would have passed out if it wasn't just his first one, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
Oh,
said
come
like
on.
you'll either pass out when you
Come on.
run out of stuff, or if you roll another one.
Yeah.
So, yep, you take 2 damage. So yeah, the 2 damage is from where you've literally just like turned to the side and thrown up on the floor.
Or slammed the shot glass down so hard it went.
It's like shatters against his face.
Is that 5-5 now? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 6-5. Yeah, Jovis is fine.
just back on form.
Yeah, you're kind of like doing this backwards and forwards. Come on, James. Oh, James is getting his second wind.
He's throwing it all up now.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
What seems to be the opposite problem?
Oh, he's going for
And
it.
yeah,
Do I finish the rest?
yeah,
then?
you finish
Yeah.
it off.
You know what? I'm friends with Saloon
You
again.
throw
now.
up again, and that's where you literally just can't do it anymore, and you fall to the floor onto the.
Can I
pavement
finish
like
this
this.
drink?
I'm still drinking.
No. That's it. You got me dead now. Oh, I'm done. Oh, so
That's the
fucking-
thing, yeah. Like last one, you like throw up in your own mouth, and there's like nowhere for it to go. It's just like.
I'll just say I took 6 more damage.
I turn to the rest of the party. Now,
Who's next?
Hide in the corner.
don't be speaking about Jovis behind Jovis's back. I've referred to third person. Just for the drinking.
And then you take the money from James's pouch and pay the woman.
Can I take an extra bit of gold for some food?
Go on then. He's drunk. He can't even tell what's going on anymore. He's passed out.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
How much money did you take, Dale? You've
I
got
don't know.
139 to choose from. How much do you want?
Well, what was it? Well, it wasn't a gold a drink, was it? Or was it because it was strong shit?
yeah, it was gold drink.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
You only have one gold to your name.
No,
Is that
I know.
Rory? Was that the calculations, or were you just shoving a number out there?
No, as in like he'd leave you with 1 gold. Is joke he was saying. 20 for
So-
the drink, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
then however much
For the
for
food.
a small food and
Well, it
a
was a
bed
gold
for
for a
sirloin.
sirloin steak, so.
yeah. I'll take him to bed because he was my friend.
Okay, you have to make a strength check.
Yep.
Okay. So what's that? 30 you took from me?
Well, no, 22 then I'm guessing for
Or
food and
21.
room.
Oh, yeah. 22.
Okay.
My strength. It's not saving, is it? Strength normal, so 3.
Hmm.
Please don't go wrong now. Oh,
Nah, you do it easy. You got your drunk strength on, where you just like pull him up.
Oh, I love this. This is going to be why I just drink everyone that does me wrong. I don't even need to start battling them. Ghosts, you say? I challenge you to a drink. Spirits?
Ooh. Oh, do you spirits?
God damn it.
But yeah,
So I've been put to bed, and Crow's shaking his head and just follows with me.
he just pecking at your face, trying to get the bit of sick.
Oh, Crow.
Can I sit with Crow?
What, next to Crow while he's
Can
pecking at
Crow
his face?
sit with me?
Yeah, I think he'd probably
What-
be on the
what-
floor pecking at the sick pile.
Oh, gross.
Just call him over and see if he sits with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I need a check or a...
Well, you can either just sit next to him while he pecks at the sick on the floor, or if you actually want to, talk to him or do anything.
I say, Crow, come join us downstairs. It'll be okay. 'Cause you don't need the likes of him tonight.
God, at the moment I realise this place has stairs. I thought I was literally walking over to a corridor this whole time.
Yeah, if you
Fuck.
actually want him to follow you, you'll have to do like an animal handling roll.
I have a -1. Yes. Hello?
Hello.
My ear
Hello?
headset popped. Nope.
No. He turns to you and says,
Says,
"No,"
"No."
and then continues to peck at the sick at James's face.
There's no food in that sick. Why would he want to peck at it? It's disgusting.
He's a bird. Well, he just
I haven't
wants
eaten
to.
today. It's just mush.
Ugh.
I think Crow should do a constitution check to see whether he gets drunk off of a.
Yeah.
the sick.
That can
Do
happen,
it.
actually. Hang on. What's his stats for Constitution? I do have them here. Constitution is just standard. I'll roll for him. Yeah, he's fucking wankered, mate.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
getting
this
like,
is great.
God.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it, life.
Crow kind of like passes out on the pillow next to you.
Crow.
He got himself all the way there, though. What a champ.
But yeah, okay. So what the rest of you do while James is asleep? It's only like 12 o'clock.
Well, you know, I'm out. That's it, GG.
You guys should have took bets on this.
God damn it.
We would have hit a roll of 1 on the first one.
2 20s as well. Fucking
Yeah.
hell. So yeah, what do you guys want to do then downstairs? Hello?
Hello.
Yep. Hello. Hello.
Peniton, you're actually in the pub now, aren't you? You saw that happen, right?
Yeah, he was in the pub. But even though it's up. Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, what you guys doing then downstairs? Or nothing?
Well, I've been just drinking.
What, casually drinking?
No, like heavily drinking.
Heavily drinking?
Yeah.
What do you have to heavily drink about?
Us
I'm looking to
drinking.
join in, okay?
Fine then, you have to pay, remember? You can't just say you're
Wait,
drinking
so
without money.
you were joining in,
already
so you were mimicking. So that's 10 drinks for Constitution.
Oh
10
god damn
fucking
it.
times, good sir.
Oh, okay, right.
So I've been keeping track of every drink I've bought.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. You just sit there like heavily drinking, kind of like, yeah, just drinking away at the stuff that you bought.
Cool. What's that? Like drink number 20 now?
Yeah. Just like drink after drink.
Wait, what?
Oh, bitch!
Well, you thought you were the
You're
only
not passed
drinker.
out yet?
No, bitch.
Why?
Been drinking. You just think you're the only person that can handle your liquor?
We've done no saving
Jovis,
rolls for
you
it.
see him drinking those and challenge him to a drinking competition.
No, Bennett's not begrooved me in any way.
Yeah, but you feel challenged because he's out drinking you.
I'd say if anything, Jovis would want to just sit by him and ask how's it going.
Yeah, you like sit at the
Benetton,
table and you
how's it
see him
going?
like downing these drinks, like handling them pretty well.
Oh, good lad, getting your drink on. Has
Oh,
it been a good day for you? It's only been a few hours for me.
Oh, it's been a good day. Every now and then you need to just blow off some steam and have a good drink.
Every day. Only days that end in Y.
God damn it.
I said that to Max yesterday.
Just staring
So,
to
yeah.
the bottom of my glass, just... No.
See, I may have a drinking problem. Only 2 hands and only 1 mouth to drink them with.
That can be changed if you want it to be.
We just don't take you outside there.
Yeah.
Is it cruel that I'm thinking about throwing Crow out in the rain at some point?
Jesus!
We've already established that he doesn't change.
Yeah, he was out in the rain whilst
I
we were in the
think
buses.
something stronger. Carry on.
Just
I have a
slowly
heavy crossbow.
That will make him change. Give him a
If
hole
you
in
start
stuff.
poking holes in him.
He's more aerodynamic now.
I've just been
Uh,
looking at his stealth stat. God, you wouldn't be able to see him if he was like black to the white sky. You would not see him.
Jesus. So
His
yeah.
stealth's ridiculous.
Yeah. So do you guys just kind of sit there and let the time pass by then?
Shittle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we let the time pass.
Jovis.
Yeah. So
Asshole. My money.
Sort of.
Money.
I'm not small. I'm big for my dwarven size.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like
too short to get in there.
But yeah, so it gets to about like 3 o'clock, and you hear like screaming coming from outside, as well as like a shake through the ground as you see the like if any of you have like a cup on the table, you see like it shake and do that whole like Jurassic Park thing.
Oh.
Oh, something interesting's happening. And I don't have to
Is this
do
something we need to
shit.
Roll
I
to
don't
check, or is it loud enough where we all actually?
Yeah, you just hear people screaming outside, and everybody like looks out the windows, and you
I'd like to go look out the window, please.
yeah, you look out the window, and you see like smoke bellowing out from like by where the what's it called, fucking bank is.
Museum? Oh, okay, bank.
So there.
Yeah.
Can't. Not old enough to go on the ride.
Okay, now.
Through the house falling asleep.
Need an adult.
I'd like to see if I can get everyone who hasn't noticed just awake and alert.
Yeah, it's not like late. It's just 3 o'clock in the afternoon sort of thing.
I know, but it sounds like James is falling asleep.
Oh
Drunk,
well, if you
so-
want to go up and talk to James, then yeah. Go wake
No,
him
I
up.
think it's too drunk. Let's handle it ourselves.
No, but we need our cannon fodder. So yeah, I'd like to go up and make sure
Well, where's-
Sirloin is aware of this.
Where
Actually,
was
for the
Leighton? Was he in his bed?
Actually,
yeah,
is
Leighton's
it
just been
possible
in
for
his
me?
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I was going to say, I go over to Sirloin and check him over and basically wake him up with, try and wake him up.
Yeah, you see his two snaky sort of dragon dicks hanging out his trousers.
None trousers. Not comfortable.
Two trouser snakes. And no, but yeah, he's just like laying in bed with a crow on the pillow, and he's got like vomit kind of dribbling out his mouth.
No.
That is
Have
what those
gone
days
to
when
the
you just
world.
No.
But fucking hell, you're doing crow's voice now.
He's sleeping.
Yeah.
no.
Just all the different inflections for
No.
no. It's just like yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Oh, he dreams about saying yes. It's a nightmare.
But yeah. So, do you just want to check him over to see if you can like do anything to help him recover, or just to wake him up? And just for mechanic's sake, I'll say it's 4 hours so that James can get a long rest to heal up. A short rest, sorry.
So it definitely hasn't been that time, has it?
What?
Has it been 4 hours? I don't think it has.
No, I said you were doing this at 12 o'clock, and now it's about 4 o'clock. So.
Oh, so that is short rest.
So roll
So
2d10 if it's your health.
My health is 1d10 hit dice, I believe.
No, at level 2. You gain a
Shit,
hit
what?
dice. Yeah, it's supposed to be 2d10.
So then it's 2d. Okay.
Why did you not roll that when you were doing your health?
No, I rolled 1.
Oh, you were supposed to do second. Oh wait, no.
No, because at that point I was only level 1, wasn't I? So I would only have to roll 1, and now
No,
I just roll 2.
essentially you rolled your
Right.
additional health dice to add on to it, so you do only
Yeah,
roll
that's
1.
fine.
Yeah.
So now I have 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll update that now quickly.
Meh.
So it's now 2d10. So now I would roll 2d10.
Plus your constitution.
Yeah.
No.
Mm,
He's cute.
crow thrown up over you as well.
There we go. You
Yeah, I
got
feel I got enough
that.
health.
Nice.
Do-do-do-do.
You actually wake up better for it.
So yeah, you all wake up like, well, he wakes up healthy and fine, and everybody else kind of, you see people starting walking outside and going like, what's all the ruckus about, sort of thing.
Kayla, what's going on? Oh, my head. Kayla, what's going on?
I say there's people screaming and there's flames and smoke coming from the bank. We need to go.
Wait, okay, let me just... Crow? I gently wake Crow.
No. Yeah,
I
he wakes up.
Have I got something to, like, put him in? Like, can I just, like, sort of
I
tuck
don't
him
know,
under my arm without hurting him? And carry him?
Yeah, you'll be carrying him in your heavy plated armor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want him to sit on my shoulder and then fall off because he's still sleepy. I want him to come with me, so I'm carrying him.
Yeah, he's like a cat size, so if you just want to like hold him
You
like a
should
cat.
get like a little papoose so you can
I
carry him around.
really should. Or I should, like, put, like, a little container in the back of my shield and just sit him in there.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's like a little cat
What's
basket.
it?
Actually, if
Hills
my
mod
arm's
now,
in the
like,
shield, yeah, and he lays on my arm, that could probably work.
Yes.
Yeah, right. I'm just holding him. Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah, you're like holding him in one arm or whatever.
I like how I had this. I imagine that Sirline literally had this conversation to a wall, and Kayla's looking at him going, "Dude, we gotta go. Like, I'm busy."
Yeah.
So how do I hold? I hold in like. Yeah.
Yeah, and you look outside the window and you see what she's talking about. There's like a like smoke billowing up from where the bank
In
is.
that case, I follow her, and probably in quite a hurry.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you all run to the bank then, I'm assuming, unless
yes.
anybody wants to stay behind.
I run
was gonna say I
downstairs
was on
and,
the street, would he?
And suggest we go to the bank.
And we promptly all follow.
So yeah, you make your way over to the bank and you see where the smoke's kind of coming from, and from where you see the bank's doors, like from all the windows and even from the front door, which has been left like wide open, there's like smoke billowing out, and you see people like running out of it like little goblins, just shouting, "No, the money! Not the money! No, fuck it!" That sort of thing.
I grab one by the sort of scruff of the neck and say, "What's going on?"
You see him
What's
like
going
try and run, those comical scenes where it's just like their like little legs are trying to still dart through the air.
They're still trying to run.
Yeah. And he's just like, an explosion, some sort of I don't know, bomb or something went off. But all the gold, what about the gold?
I let him go.
Yeah, he like scampers off and tries to like get to the other like goblins. What do you everybody else do? Like,
Where exactly has this gold scattered to?
no, the gold hasn't scattered. They're just essentially worried that the gold is
Someone's
being
got
taken.
past their security by the sounds of it.
So yeah.
Oh shit, my gold! I run into the entrance.
Yeah, you run in and the like smoke's pretty thick. Like you can't really see anything when you run
Quick,
inside.
Crow, use gust.
God damn it.
You say as he like lies limply in your hand, and he's just like, "No."
Nah.
Still replies to you with the no.
Oh shit, I forgot to sleep.
But yeah, what does everyone want to do? Obviously, because there's like people running around screaming and shit.
Dark vision doesn't help see through smoke or nothing, does it? It's just
No.
no amount of light. Oh, I back up, Sirloin, pulling out my little sword, broadsword this time, just in case, have it ready, down at my side.
So you both run in, and you're like your lungs begin to fill up with like thick black smoke.
Oh, shit, I forgot to mention. You know when I passed out earlier?
Yeah.
Max?
Yeah.
You know one of my abilities?
Yeah.
You know, the one.
Yeah.
Everyone need to roll that thing.
No. Because there wasn't any of that involved, so. I don't
Okay.
know if you've ever been drunk before, but I don't remember.
It
passing
was taking damage though. Unless you're saying that's a different type of damage that don't count.
No, as in, like, the way it works is that.
Okay, fair enough. Don't worry about them.
Damage is done.
I'll tell you when to roll it, so.
Okay, it's just we've forgotten every other time.
Yeah,
so
don't worry.
I just
I
want to make
didn't
sure we
forget
didn't.
this time.
Alright. Anyway, talk about abilities. That's
Right,
okay.
mate. My
Talk about
constitution
abilities.
has
I'd
saved it.
like to use my other one to try and to navigate around here.
Sure. You close your eyes, and once again, both of you just kind of take in breaths, and it's like. Kind of like getting filled with like smoke.
Operate normally in
smoke
darkness
rises.
and.
This is why in a house fire you should crawl.
Ooh, wait, I'll go in as well.
Wait, so then
Follow
you're
them.
perfectly fine, Joe, because you're that little anyway.
Fuck you. Oh, great.
With 100 feet. Yeah. This says that I can see in the darkness,
Hmm.
but because it's the way that I'm seeing. Would that also work with smoke?
Well, I don't think smoke obscures it,
Yeah. So.
because obviously it would only do it if.
So I roll perception then.
Sure.
I think it's just roll normal perception, but obviously.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
would it be with advantage, or would it just be normal?
Anything to do with that particular type of perception? Yeah, we said that you get advantage on it.
All right then. Okay. I'm trying to be cryptic because everyone else is cryptic with their abilities.
Yeah.
Not the only one with
Those
fancy
abilities.
abilities.
Let's see, potato salad.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's anyone stuck.
Yeah. From what you see, there is in fact like someone like on the ground under like some rubble, and they're like wailing, kind of. They're like, not loud enough to hear over the like the shouting of people normally.
Okay. So who walked in with me?
Jovis, by the sounds of it.
Jovis and Eldon. Did you come in as well?
Yeah, I came in as well.
I sort of grab both of them so that I don't get lost in the smoke and sort of pull them to this person to help me.
Can everybody make a Constitution saving throw for me?
What for?
My forte.
For the fact that you're all breathing in thick smoke.
That
First-
constitution has failed!
I was gonna say, do I get advantage at all for being little to the ground, or is it like thick from top to bottom?
Thick from top to bottom.
Okay.
Like, remember, the space of air that normally is clear in smoke is very short. So yeah, James, you failed. Dale, you failed.
Oh.
God.
Rory crit failed.
Rory, you
Yeah.
take 1d3 of damage from inhaling smoke, and you feel the instant urge to like leave. So yeah, you take 2 damage and have to leave.
Damn.
Oh,
You took the full 3 damage as well. Good job.
what?
It's like,
Why
yeah,
did
you
you?
got me to roll 1d3 of damage.
No, I did it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
that's
oh,
why I
sorry.
said you took 2 damage.
He punches the smoke back for 3 damage.
Fuck you, smoke.
So yeah, yeah. While you have to like stand outside and like empty your lungs of the like thick smoke, yeah. The other two of you kind of just actually, fuck. I guess you both would take 1d3 as well.
Ah, but he rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1, which meant he had to leave.
Ah, okay, I get what you're saying. So we all take the damage, but he had to leave.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Jovis,
Yeah,
you take
so, I
3.
did the second
James, you
one,
take
yeah.
1.
I was gonna let James go first.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'd like to. I got to roll 1 for Crow, don't I?
I'm not sure. Is he breathing too lightly for anything to actually affect him too much?
Well,
Let's see.
I've kind of got him.
Wait,
Under
Depending
your
on
arm.
how I'm holding him, it'd
What?
probably be okay. Actually, I would have left him outside, surely, if he's not really awake.
It's up to you.
I know I didn't say, but I think it's a bit common sense I wouldn't bring it with me if I was going in
That
there.
guy's a battle-hardened crow. He's got twatted and fell in the river for ages.
But
He's
he's
alright.
asleep.
Crow.
He won't be now.
Oh, Crow! Oh, no! Alright. So
In
me and
fact, I
Jovis
think the
got to
first
this
thing that you
person now.
told me to say is to see if he could do gust.
Gust.
Yeah, it can either be
I
either
was
way. Do you
outside
want
at the
him
time,
with
so-
you or
No.
no? Okay. So yeah, you find your way
You
over
crow.
to this like person, but obviously, Eldon had to leave just because he needed to breathe.
Alden, your pathetic excuse.
Now,
There are people that need us.
now, actually, oh, uh,
Uh-oh. Don't like the
Yeah.
fun. I don't like the fun of that.
what?
That you're not letting us help this person straight away.
No, it's something different.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I'll ask you to roll, everybody to roll when something happened.
Yeah, you've just taken damage.
So let's see if I can find the actual description.
What are they listening to? Everyone?
I don't know.
There's a clock countdown noise. And
Oh yeah, of course, because I did just take some damage then, didn't I?
And it is actually painful.
Environmental though. Alden's dead. He's fallen in the river. No.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
again.
can everybody roll a wisdom saving throw for me?
Which wisdom saving?
Oh, you
throw?
prick.
Yeah.
Fun.
Everyone roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah.
Wisdom save.
Okay, Jovis.
Hold
failed.
on. Wisdom. What's my wisdom?
The saving throw. as well.
You're in your little saving throw
Yep.
box.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. So
Okay.
JJ failed. Rory failed. Ali failed.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm just about to roll. I didn't roll that.
Didn't you?
No.
So both them. Okay.
It says it did.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry,
It got better each
that
time.
That one's mine. That one was proper mine. I don't know where those guys came from. Ignore those.
Okay. So yeah, Ali is probably the only one that passed. So yeah. Can oh wait no, I'll just roll this. Oh wait no, the way it works is
Did the same damage, don't they?
so everybody takes 1 damage.
Yay.
Cool.
This is your life now, guys.
This is
Get
life.
used to it.
Just realised I only took the one off me last. 3 off this time.
Anyway, so yeah, you walk over to the person and you see them like crushed under the rubble, and you see
Yes.
like where their legs would be is kind of like bleeding.
I'd like to try and lift up with Jovis's help, like
Yes.
like the stuff that's sort of crushing his legs.
So
I'll
that would be a
assist him.
strength check from both of you.
So would it just be? What's your
Or-
strength, Jovis?
Yeah, I was
Well,
going to say
my
you
normal
can.
strength is +3, but the saving.
Okay, I got +4. So
five.
do you want to just give me advantage?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
There we go. Yeah. So roll it double. Take the.
Oh,
best.
okay. There's no point really continuing.
So yeah, you managed to get them out, and yeah, their legs don't
Close
seem
the
to be in
rubble.
too much damage. And you see one with an inscription called Clive.
I'm picturing him lifting this beam or whatever on the person with me still attached, trying to help lift it.
Yes, Jovis, I helped you.
Just like dangling down with it as well.
Yeah, that's
Damn it.
probably kind of like well, essentially it's from where the marble was kind of like crushed and broken. But yeah, you kind of like lift them all off, and luckily their legs aren't too badly damaged, and they like thank you and kind of like run out of the building quickly. What else do you guys want to do then? Obviously,
Is there anyone else that's stuck?
no, it seemed like that was pretty much the only person that was stuck in here.
Okay, I sort of gesture to Jovis without having to open my mouth too much and say, let's get out. To assess the situation.
I'll leave as well. I won't
Yeah.
steal any gold. I'm a good
Yep,
guy.
we all
So
leave.
yeah, you all stand outside, and the smoke
Well,
still continues
Kelly,
to
you
billow.
didn't come in yet. You didn't walk into
Nah,
the fire.
I didn't go in, so I was outside tending to anybody that was wounded.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so the guy with the injured legs came out, and I'm currently dealing with him as you come out as well.
You managed to use your knowledge of like medicinal sort of instruments and things that you have on yourself, and patch their legs up. They had like massive gouges and things, which is obviously where the bleeding was coming from, and you managed to like seal those up reasonably well, even with the like lack of resources that you have on you.
Penitent. Penitent. Sorry, it's smoky. Penitent, can you do any sort of detect magic? See what might have caused this?
No.
It's infecting.
Yes, I will say that. I'd like to run in.
Oh god, that's gonna happen when you fail, isn't it?
Can I do my second wind just to pick myself up? Excuse me.
Yeah. Just roll your stuff as second wind.
I'm back to full.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
you took a one or a couple.
I took
didn't
3 and three and 1, so I got 4.
Perfect. So yeah.
The
So,
lowest health recovery I've got. But yeah, sorry.
so what do the rest of you kind of do then?
I would like to run in and activate my laser
card.
sword and hold it up into the air to see if I can create sort of a beacon.
Mm-hmm.
Or catch the flammable thing.
It won't be flammable gas or
Fuck.
Gold shoots out in every direction.
Yeah, you strike up your laser sword, and do you try and obviously make your way in there, like through the smoke, through the fire and the flames.
dun, dun, dun.
In the valley, the shadow of death.
I fear no evil.
Yeah, and you notice that
So there's
it
the
might light up the room a bit. It doesn't actually make it any easier to see through the like smoke as you like start to walk in a bit.
In that case, I'm going to unsheath this because this is dangerous and I could possibly cut someone's hand off.
You're not seeing anymore, you're just cutting things as you walk along.
Just left a trail in the ceiling.
So yeah, are you gonna keep going in further, or are you gonna?
I'm going to stop where I am and detect magic.
Yeah.
Which is only a 30-foot radius, but I've hoped I've walked
Is he
in
breathing in
quite
any
far by
smoke?
now.
Yeah. Are you inside the smoke, or are you just trying to do it outside the like door?
Oh, you would
No,
have been in the smoke.
hopefully I've gone a little bit inside. the
Okay,
smoke.
then yeah, you'll need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I'll be
obviously-
fine. I drank 20 alcohol earlier. I'm invincible.
I was born in tomorrow. Yep,
So
you're
I
fine.
am invincible.
You manage to like cover your mouth and like keep your breath sort of still, as you don't inhale like loads of the smoke. And yeah, roll detect magic, which is your spell casting. A d20 plus your spell casting.
would be the equivalent of spell attack, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
I'll say otherwise that's if it was spell DC and that's plus 13, I was like, no, that can't be right. D20 plus my spell attack, yeah?
Mhm. Yeah, you find that there is no like magical sort of reason to this. Obviously, where the destruction's been, you see kind of like obviously some sort of explosion has caused things to start collapsing in, and you even look onto the other side of the room where normally where there's the big gate to stop people from getting further down into the bank, and that's just been blown open. Like melted metal drips onto the floor, and that's kind of where
What
like
could
the
have done this? Because only magical was powerful enough to do this.
Pieces down.
so yeah.
Right, yeah, I'll pass on to someone else and they can have a little bit of a go.
Have you come up and told us this?
No.
Okay.
Can't see your focus.
Benetton's taken some time in there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go in and check on him.
Mhm.
Where's Alden?
Samurai, you seem
go
good.
in.
Alden, no!
Come on, let Alden go in.
Okay, I go in.
Oi.
Benetton! Benetton!
Yeah, you run in. Constitution saving throw again.
I just got him into shit again. I hope it's another one and I'm done. So,
Yeah, okay, so you take another like in your like blind sort of rage, you kind of like take in a deep breath and take another 3 damage.
sorry.
It's just and yeah, you like manage to still make your way in there and find him like standing, and you kind of like knock into him because you can't see too well.
Dealing 10d
So
tens of
rude.
damage.
Fucking hell. Tears him in half.
Oh shit.
So yeah, what do you guys do then? Obviously in the fire
Can I
and the
take
flames.
a deep breath before I go back in so I don't need to breathe for a little bit and then
Yeah.
check and then check if they're okay, just a little peek.
Mhm.
Back you up.
What do your dwarven eyes see, Jovis? Open your mouth, Jovis. I can't. I said.
So yeah, you kind of make your way in and manage to like find them by like feeling around. Then you put your like hand on the lower thigh of Eldon.
It's turning into one of those. Fuck's sake.
When we reach up his thigh by mistake to feel what seems to be of sausage consistency and size.
Sausage consistency.
He hasn't got a hard one on.
What was he watching? Oh,
Or like
I find it now.
squishy meat inside a
Yeah,
ration.
pretty much.
Ugh.
Yeah. He hasn't been looking after himself.
Fucking hell. You give it a squeeze and it just breaks apart in your hands. Like, oh, fucking hell.
I just wanted to be in eyesight of them in case anything bad happens. Bless them.
Oh, so you don't want to grab his penis.
So,
Suit yourself.
I'm not shipping this.
what would that be? Jeldon? Elvis? Oh, it'd be Elvis.
Over. Yeah.
Yep. Oh dear. Anyway.
So yeah, what do you guys actually do in there then, other than just kind of like look around, and detect magic?
I know, I just
Well,
find
if
something
I
to
was
get
in
out.
there, I would suggest if Eldon could have a look at the explosion because he's knowledgeable in that sort of shit.
Yeah, I got good investigation, if that's of any use.
Yay.
They call me
Depending on how
the
it would work,
detective
though.
barbarian. My high intelligence made me very formidable, and so did my crazy rage that I sometimes fly into.
Just saw on like neo noir now. He's got a fucking fedora on.
Like a cloak, and he's just covered in blood. It's just like... So yeah, do you want to do some investigation then?
Yeah, yeah.
Go on,
Roll it then.
roll it.
But yeah, I'll do this. Oh, oh.
It's not like my constitution rolls.
It won't be.
What?
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, the only thing that you can tell is that obviously the explosion is what's caused all this damage, and the starting point is from the like metal bars behind the essentially from what. Wait, did you ever come in here?
Yeah, he came in with me, but he got stopped like at that
Yeah.
gate.
Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much where you knew that James went down and went into the area to collect gold, sort of thing. That's what's been destroyed.
Ah.
You gained no new information.
Yep, it was a bomb.
So yeah, what else do you guys want to do then? Obviously, like you're just standing in smoke. I'm going to start asking for more Constitution saving throws.
Well, I signal for them to come out and then like walk back out. I'm not risking death. I'm just a small little dwarf in smoke.
So
So they take my
I'm
advice.
assuming you guys leave then at the
Ugh,
talk with Jovis, or like just the suggestion at
the
Jovis.
mad waving
Yeah.
hands.
Get out of there! You're now the Pyro from Team Fortress. So yeah, what do you guys want to do now then? Now that you're outside the smoke and you see that it's starting to thin out, the smoke is starting to clear.
I'd like to wait for it to clear a tiny bit more before I head back in.
Yeah, I would say wait until majority of the smoke is gone, and then all of us can go in and investigate.
Can I check round the back of the bank?
Yeah, sure.
Eee.
You check round the back of the bank.
Can I investigate if there's any strange going-ons or people around?
Yes.
That would be a...
Investigation
Very
roll, funny enough.
I did think I couldn't find on my list. Yay, +2.
Nah, I think it's intimidate. Go around there and just intimidate the wall.
I know that there's a street there, basic.
Yeah, the back of the bank is fairly like
Key.
well, it's not like modern day banks where there's like back doors and things. It's just a very like big sort of well carved marble back wall. And you do actually see where like it's kind of broken from where the explosions obviously sent things like debris flying into it.
Broken open, or?
There are a few holes, but not like fully kind of open for escape sort of thing.
Is there any gold in the street?
No.
A lot deeper in there. Damn it, I want some free gold without being a bad guy.
By this time, you all start seeing like the guard coming in and surrounding the general sort of bank area, like keeping away some of the people.
Are they pushing us back, or do they see that we're trying to help?
You're kind of inside that circle. They're beginning to like push you and other people away, but they haven't gotten to you specifically yet.
Okay.
I'd like to head straight in then.
Yeah, the smoke's thinned out a bit more, so everybody kind of gets to make Constitution saves at advantage. If they're
Okay.
All right, I'm not going in just yet then, but I will sort of walk up to the guards and sort of say that I'm here to help, and so is the group.
Yeah, you actually see like a group of guards that are standing around with Serena.
Okay, so she's come down. That's nice.
Yeah, she's kind of trying to explain the situation to the people who are like worried about their money and like the destruction of her city that she's helped fund.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you just walk up to her and say anything, or?
Heck is happening to Discord?
Yeah, what the fuck just happened?
Use a robot.
JJ, change the server.
What do you mean?
Like, change the address, because right now it should be in England or whatever.
How do I do that?
It should just be in your the settings for the actual channel.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about where it's located.
No, Brad does it sometimes. It should be in the server settings, and then server region.
Yeah, it's in London.
Yeah, can you not change that?
Yeah, I can see Brazil, Central Europe, Hong Kong, Russia, Singapore, Sydney, and a lot of US.
Yeah, just change it to one of the other ones and then change it back.
Hello.
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 There we
Okay, so.
Hello. Are we okay?
I think
We
we
shouldn't
should
be
now.
robots anymore.
Alright,
apparently.
JJ,
It's me.
Yeah?
are you running straight in and taking the advantage to Constitution, or are you coming over to talk to us to see if they need our help?
There's Serena there.
Serena is there.
Oh,
That's
you
why
know
I'm
I know
asking.
the answer to that.
Yep, run straight into the smoke. No.
Alright, cool. Then I think our little group here are walking over to Serena to talk, see if they need our help.
Yeah, the
I'm
guards
not
start to
involved.
like try
I
and
don't see that.
filter you back into the crowd, but then Serena kind of stops them and says, "No, they're with me," and kind of explains that you're part of the part of her guard sort of thing.
Oh, excellent.
Is there anything you're gonna say to her, or?
Serena. Is there any way we can help? I've got my party here.
Well, we're trying to find out what happened. We've been asking the townspeople, and they say just a man walked in and threw something that just exploded the bank.
Okay, well, what we can determine from Sir Bennington here, that no magic was involved, and Eldon seems to have found where the bomb might have been, or explosive device might have been placed. That's as far
they
as
do
we
call
know.
them bombs, so yeah.
No, that's literally how I would
Oh,
say
okay.
it to him.
Okay, yeah. She's just like, oh, that's good. I'm surprised if magic was even strong enough to break through the barriers that we put on this place.
I'm just like Bennington goes up. Oh, you'd be surprised. Magic
And,
can be very powerful.
And she's just like,
Yeah.
well, if you can investigate any further into this, that would be much of help.
Okay.
I'll tell the guards not to bother you. Obviously, they're trying to get rid of the people who would just steal the money.
I can be sure that none of my party would be stealing, and I stare at Jovis, any of the money.
Hey,
Well,
that's
the
the
fact that
one
you
at the back
don't
of the
look
bank.
at Benetton.
Oh, here's the thing. I just saw Jovis go around, like, going in the alley, not even hiding himself, going, oh, where's the gold? Finally. So,
I was looking for bad guys. Then gold.
Yeah.
Just a side reward.
And sometimes bad guys gold.
alright, so yeah, we're going in.
Or gold of bad guy.
Yep.
After,
Yep.
like,
How's the
walking
smoke
in.
We're
looking?
going
see,
in.
oh, hello guys.
You get to take Constitution out of advantage, right?
How's the smoke looking, Max?
Yep.
Yeah, it's thinned down quite a lot. It's almost like breathable now.
Fuck.
Like obviously,
Okay.
Oh, phew.
you'll cough and splutter, but you won't take any sort of like severe damage.
So
from it.
we don't have to roll?
No.
Stop rolling!
Is that what everybody was rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. That's why I was up here with Max.
Nah.
No.
So we go then.
Oh yeah, by this time Crow's actually awake. Like all
Yeah, I
the ruckus
imagine.
has kind of like
Crow.
rustled
No.
him, and he's just kind of.
Use his ability now.
Here,
What?
Crow.
Clear it out.
Yeah, you see him like eat some breadcrumbs off the floor.
Good job, Crow.
Hello. Come on, fix this.
Crow doing what he wants.
Crow's amazing.
Sup, bitches?
Crow.
Crow.
Yeah. So do you
James
guys
is
start
on
making
ten.
your way inside now that the like, thing's
Yeah.
clear? I'm assuming, yeah. So
Yep.
when you walk inside, now that it's the smoke's kind of died down, you do actually see like kind of the ruin of everything, and there is actually a person that's been crushed under a pile of rocks, just completely dead.
Oh.
There's even some like goblins where the gate was just impaled by shrapnel,
Shit.
Fuck.
and yeah, like the entrance to where you'd normally go and collect your gold is completely like broken open. Like even the desk in front of it where some of the goblins have been impaled. And funny enough, if you look, you actually notice the old man one, the one that is in charge of the entire place.
Oh, he died.
Nice.
Yeah, like half of his face is completely burnt, and bits of metal and stone have been launched into his like abdomen.
Shit.
Not a good
barely
way to
knew him.
go.
But it smells great though.
Funny enough, it smells like chicken.
Tastes like it too. No way.
Jovis!
Nom.
Num num num.
It's just that casual joke of everything
No.
smells and tastes like chicken if it's cooked. But
Great joke. It's true.
it is true.
Nomming on a goblin there.
No one on the
Just like
goblin.
pick up a leg and just like start chewing on it. It's like,
What? I didn't have breakfast. Jovis!
Yes,
Well,
you
it's just
did.
breakfast.
While I'm still hungry.
I'm so hungry I could eat a goblin. So, yeah.
So we proceed into the hole,
Intrude.
to the gap, into the cavernous remains of what used to be that gate.
You start making your way down there, and you see the obvious sort of thing that you've seen every time that you've been inside, and it leads you down this spiral staircase and then into this massive sort of cavern area. Actually, where is it? I'm pretty sure. God, it's reached that point in time where Rory's gotten bored now and found something to scratch.
Damn it.
And yeah, you as you make your way down, you kind of enter the sort of system of what normally takes you to all the bank rooms, and notice that it's not been touched, like the entrance to that area. And
I would like to draw my sword and shield ready, so I'm ready for combat.
that's fine. You
This also
prepare
means
yourself.
my AC's gone up to 20 other than 18 because I'm using my shield and it's out.
Yeah.
So that's all good.
And yeah, you make your way back. Like, do you continue onto the sort of the vault area, or do you continue down?
Guys, what do you reckon?
Let's continue down, I suppose.
Yep,
Yeah,
let's
having
continue down.
Definitely move on. Yeah.
From seeing Sirloin draw his weapons, can I just hold the light sword, but it's still not activated yet? So just hold the metal cylinder.
Yeah. That's fine. Because you can ready your weapons if you want. And yeah, as you begin to make your way down, it goes from nice sort of a marble staircase to then more just generic sort of brickwork to then even sort of more basic sort of carved out of the ground stone, but still making a staircase all the way down into an empty cavern.
Oh,
Oh my!
right, what's going on here then?